Welcome to Shop 30 Minutes. Alli is wrong about me. Reavis, Creepus is not welcome here. Not welcome. Not welcome here at all. Reavis, Creepus tried to come up on air. I would not let him. Go watch him other places. He's not that good. The best with me, the best will no longer be with Reavis Creepus. I want nothing to do with him. I don't find him that funny anymore. And he's a creep. And you listen to him. I'm not wasting my time. He's wasting my time too much. Now, this will be 30 minutes or less of me giving my views and responding to chat if anybody shows up. Good morning, Karina. How are you? MYK. We can comment a little bit on the cover up. The cover up. Did you hear that pervert lady convicted of inappropriate, horrible behavior with minors? Convicted. Maxwell, lady Maxwell. After having Trump's personal lawyer, former now deputy attorney general or some such, the lawyer went down, talked to her, and now like a week later, she's been transferred from where she's been serving her time to a fancy, easy jail in Texas. A deal has been made. How dare the government under Trump send this creep lady to a minimum security arrangement? Usually anybody convicted of crimes against children is not sent to minimum security cover-up. But I'm here first to talk about Alli. Alli went on Andy Cruz, who I like. I think Andy's a fair guy. But he can coddle sometimes. That is, he can be nice, nicer than me. And Alli went up there to give her side, went up on Andy Cruz, and I recommend it. It's a pretty great stream he did. Congrats to you, Andy. But what Andy doesn't do or did not do with Alli is really challenge you, Alli. That's what I do, and that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to tell you, whoever's listening, thank you for showing up. I'll get to chat in a minute. Alli did not tell the truth on me about a couple things, but mainly Alli said that May and Brutal Mafia have info on me, and they may well have. But I will not be intimidated. If I am doxxed, so be it. I will not continue being threatened. And Alli made it seem like, May got something on Sam. He gave her a wrench. He don't want to be doxxed. Well, of course I don't want to be doxxed. But can you look at the proof? I've challenged May. She doesn't have a wrench any longer. Here comes Raleigh. You creep. Raleigh, I wish somebody would call him out. He comes in here and he buys bots and he increases the views and it fucks up the algorithm. Would you all call him Riley on that? Because he's not good enough to be successful as a streamer. And he and Poon are now tied at the hip. So no, there aren't that many people watching. Raleigh is trying to manipulate in a creepy way. May Noodles, I challenge all the time. All the time, she has no wrench. So that's wrong, Alli. Brittle Mafia. So Alli says, Brittle Mafia, the two of them may have info on me, which may be true. And I simp or I cower or I submit. There you go, submit. No, I do not. You haven't been listening or watching my streams. Who's gone harder on Brutal Mafia than me in the last stream I have up? Me. Brutal Mafia, I think, is a psychopath, not a complete one. He's a liar. He clones. He hurts people. And I went after him and will continue going after him. So, Alli, you don't know what you're talking about, or probably you are self-serving. Alli, you say you take accountability, but you really don't. You make it seem like it's all May's fault. The truth is, you two are complicit. Alli, you fed names. You helped dox people, and now you want to come around. And, oh, you take accountability, but how so? You don't tell the truth on me. If they have information on me, I will not submit. And I haven't, and I haven't, and I challenge guests. One disagreement I have with Andy is he won't bring up May. I will, because I talk about her, but I challenge her, and I challenge all of you. Challenge all of you. Challenge myself. So Alli is wrong. Alli is complicit. She says she's trying to make peace. Well, Alli, you don't make peace with me by misstating. I'm misspeaking. Misstating the truth. No, I do not submit. I will continue to alert people about Brutal Mafia, who is a liar. But the truth is also, I think, my view. All three women, Sue, May Noodles, and Alli, all of them lie. None of them are heroic. None of them are heroic. I came to see. That's it. That's the truth, I think. Sue should get held accountable for lying about being swatted. Isn't that foul? And Andy, I get it. You love her. You'll cover. But I don't. It's horrible making like somebody was swatted. And even more horrendous, and I think some people may agree, is that Sue brought up her child, weaponized her child, saying that in a SWAT that never happened, her child was so traumatized that an ambulance had to be called because he went into panic attack. Lie, lie, lie. And Alli, as I said, you can go on Andy's. You can come on here, but Andy won't challenge you like I did. Alli, you are complicit, and we can have peace, but only with the truth. And the truth is, Alli was complicit. Might even be worse than May, because we know May, don't we? But Alli did a lot of things behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. So May is wrong. The more that comes out about May, the worse it seems she has been. It's a very big issue, I think. And I think Andy did well to give maybe the most weight to when it turns out May Noodles phoned Sue's employer. Now, I should say May disputes this, so I will say alleged. Alleged. Alli said, and actually showed receipts. So it's alleged, but I do believe Alli's story on this. Alleged. And Alli showed some receipts. Alli said that May phoned up Sue's employer. Horrible. Now we're talking about interference with someone's livelihood. And Sue has every right to be furious on this. So according to Alli, May phoned up Sue's employer. And to get more impact, May gave a false name to talk to someone to try to influence in a negative way, Sue's employer. That's foul. Everyone should call that out. Now, is it true what Alli said? She did present some receipts. What do I believe? Yeah, I believe that May did that. That's my view. That's horrendous. And here's the thing. One thing, many things. One of many. It may be criminal. I don't know. But let's break it down a little bit. And then I'll go to chat. Somebody phones someone's employment. They use a false name. Is that unlawful? It's an impersonation to obtain influence of some kind. I don't know. And then apparently May, according to Alli, talked to someone at Sue's employment and could have negatively impacted on Sue. Is that a crime? I think it's certainly, I would call that defamation. But I'm not a lawyer. I'm giving the possibility. There seems to be a lawsuit, if true, by Sue against May, but I don't know. And the problem, as somebody said, is that if you sue and win, let's say you get a judgment. Let's say you get $10,000. Well, if the person you're suing doesn't have $10,000, how do you get that? But it's foul. I call it out. I call the truth. 30 minutes of the truth here regarding Reavis Creepus, who's banned. He's on some kind of campaign against me, or every time he can, he tries to put me down. He got that right. But I determine who comes up here, and he's one of the only people I will not let up. I want nothing to do with him. He keeps talking about me. Then I'll talk about him. He has a horrible, phony relationship with Nikki. I say phony because according to Nikki, there's no relationship except Reb's harassment of this lady. How do we know this? Why am I commenting? Because Nikki has oftentimes made it public. I just saw recently that Nikki said that Reb, she wants nothing to do with Reavis Creepus, nothing to do with him. And yet, according to Nikki, this Reavis Creepus harasses. So you all think he's cute. When he goes on, he insults people, calls people fat. I don't think it's cute at all. I want nothing to do with him. He says he's responsible for Shaw. What does Shaw stand for? He's responsible for Shaw, S-H-A, Sam Hill's Army. So his claim is ridiculous. He's the best he's ever been with me. But now I want nothing to do with him. I haven't for a long time. And a lot of these people who attack me, I have banned. You get it? I have banned. So let him be coddled. Let him be appreciated. Let him get wrenches other places. That's everybody's right. And he got every right to have that creep. But who knows him better than I? He's worse and worse. And I am supportive of Nikki. This Reavis Creepus, according to Nikki, is harassing him and has been for years. Reavis is only met up with Nikki wants. They came on Shaw. I can certainly speak on it. They chose to come on Shaw, and they presented on Shaw on camera at a campsite in Pennsylvania. And she was not wanting to be near that little Reavis. Little Reavis, I made up the name, by the way. It's Big Creepus. Big Creepus Reavis. Big Reavis Creepus. So that's my stand on that slime bucket. Now, concerning what Riley's doing right now, he did that with Andy. This guy, Riley, takes down channels. He took down Shaw. That's what he's about. This is his influence. Nefarious, creepy, and he's associated with Poon. He might be thinking he's protecting Poon, a man, by the way, who wished rape on a woman, and it's terrible, terrible, and his views have fallen because Poon is worse and worse and worse. And by the way, I did not bring up Poon. Poon wanted to come on air, but I've let him on, and he's just horrible. So I did not let Poon on, and he freaks. Rejection, right? And it's rejection from a small streamer. I have no hubris like some people. About 2,500 people are in this little world. But within this 2,500 community, I am a star. I am the best. I am the smartest. I am the wittiest. And then really the only other stream, I think, now relevant and going well in our universe is Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz, call it out. I support. I was on his stream a few days ago. So good for Andy, but we have very, very different styles. We have different styles. I'm more challenging, I think, when a guest comes up. And Andy is nicer, but he still presents truth. He's the one that showed Andy Cruz had Sue up, and he's the one who asked her where he swatted, basically, and she said no. So Andy actually got Sue to admit an obvious lie to me, but he did it. And he's been supportive of Sue, I think, and I understand it. But to me, Sue lying about being swatted opened my eyes. And I had a stream, line eyes, meaning that Alli, May, and Sue all have lied. None of them are heroic. May is focused. People focus on May, and I get it because she's a streamer, right? So if you want to talk about influence, yeah, May is culprit. May has done terrible things. I call it out. Starting this, I said, if May called Sue's employer, and I heard someone say that May denied it, I believe it because Alli showed some proof. Unless it's doctored, I do believe that May phoned Sue's employer. Terrible, terrible thing to do. Used a different name to talk to someone and get Sue in trouble. Sue needs to pay her bills, right? Sue needs help raise her son, whom she loves very much. Clothe him, feed him, educate him. And she works. I don't work. She works. Sue works. So what May did is horrendous. Maybe the worst thing that May's done. Why? Because her intent, if true, is to take away the job of May's intent is to take away the job of Sue. Whoa. That's real life, but one of the worst things in real life. All of you who work, some of you who work, within shot. There's some people who work. I mean, can you imagine somebody trying to take away your job? Pretty bad, pretty grim. 10 more minutes, chat or less. This is kind of a new idea, and I'm doing it on my other channel because unfairly my main channel was blocked, and it was struck. I'm waiting to hear an appeal, but instead of me whining, I'm trying to communicate here. So those who show up, thank you. I can't tell because Raleigh has brought up all these bots, which will fuck up the algorithm. So I wish people would call him out. Poon even claimed credit for striking me. I don't know. It was wrong. And that's live on YouTube. This channel could come down today because channels have gone down before, 2 of them. So that's life. I've done well. If I go off, so be it. My main concern is being doxxed because it impacts my family, right? And don't tell me he doesn't. Somebody like Poon, how are you going to impact him? He's got nothing. You get it? I have a lot. And most of my family's back east. Blah, blah, blah. But does May and Brutal, are they trying to intimidate me? Yes. Alli might be correct on that point. But have they? Watch my streams and tell me that. I'm calling out May now. I said that Brutal Mafia is one of the worst people on here because of his effects, right? And he clones and he lies. I think he's the most skilled liar here. I thought a great conversation with Brutal Mafia on the last stream, right? And he talked about his grandfather. And then my unconscious worked on it and said, no, the whole thing was made up. So Brutal Mafia lies. And stay tuned on him. I'll keep going at him, you, and I'll keep going on anybody who I think really did wrong. Sue, we can move on because it has been fairly proven, I think, that's my view, that Sue lied about being swatted. But unlike May, I don't think we have to talk about it 100 times, 50 times, right? Excuse me. But Alli, if you believe everything she says, I'll sell you a bridge in Brooklyn. And Alli wrote some really nice comments. And then on Andy's made some disparaging comments about me in a way. At least she lied when I was slandered. So I appreciate Alli at least trying to make peace, right? But Alli spoke of falsity when Alli tried to say that May and Brutal have my information. And certainly the falsity is that that's why I'm not speaking out against them. But I am. I have been. And if I go down, so be it. But I will not stream and be intimidated. And as proof, Alli said, well, they're wrenched. They're not wrenched. They were. But with Brutal Mafia, I've wrenched and de-wrenched for years. With anyway, I'm running out of time. I was going to say with May, she had a wrench, but I took it away. Hello, Karina. Mike Slime Buckets. Happy Sunday. I'm going another 5 minutes. I'm giving my view. Follow the Trump thing. Follow what MYK says. There's a cover up. I've spoken on it. Raleigh, there's not 238. There's not 100. Probably 38 people watching. And I would appreciate that. Anything over 25, I think, is worth doing. There's Charlotte, one of the best people, one of the best. And I think May knows how to pick at Charlotte. But pick or not, Charlotte has truth. Charlotte never lies. And I support Charlotte. But I challenge Charlotte too. I'm no simp. So I have called out Charlotte a little bit on not letting people speak. but Charlotte is noble, and Charlotte is affronted by May, and May sometimes inappropriately brings up information from the past. But I will let May up, most people up, not everybody. Andy's got every right not to allow May up, but I will, to get May's side. I think she has a right to be heard, but I'm not criticizing Andy as saying we're different. We have different styles, but I support Andy Cruz, call it out. And I've called him out, haven't I? And he's called me out, but he doesn't go low on me. Well, he lets people up who go low on me, but he doesn't, and I won't go low on Andy. And I disagree with Andy, but he's like the nicest streamer and one of the only streamers I respect. 4 minutes left. People saying hello. 20% of Americans voted. I don't know what that means. More than 20% voted. Maxwell is just as guilty as Epstein. Actually, some people have said worse, because some of the victims said she's worse. It's outrageous, and we'll see what happens, right? Regarding Trump. Check out MYK's comments. I'm running out of time. Andy is good people. I like Andy, but I will criticize Andy. And I think he's less challenging on some of his guests like Alli or May. He won't allow May up anymore. I challenge everybody. I challenged one of my favorite people, Charlotte, for some of her use of words. But friends can challenge. That's a test of friendship. And we're still fine, Charlotte and me, so far. We can get mad, but I definitely support the prophet, Charlotte. And I support Karina. This will be a final comment, I guess, or one of the final, because I do want to make this kind of format 30 minutes. So I have a couple more minutes left. Sam, Charlotte's WebTube. Will you address the utter hypocrisy of May and brutal calling Sue a baby doxer when May stole pics of minor children and posted them unredacted on her stream? Terrible. But Sue, I wouldn't call her a baby doxer. There's no names. But I would say and call it out, I think Sue was really, really, really wrong to let up a picture of May's baby. I don't use that term, but Brutal Mafia, I do call it out. I've called May out earlier in this short stream. To me, worse than that, worse that I think anything Sue did. This may be the worst thing of all. If May called Sue's employer, used a different name if she did, to obviously try to get Sue in trouble. What's worse than taking someone's livelihood so they may not be able to pay the bills? What's worse than that? There may be, right? If you swat somebody, people's lives could be impacted. But there was no SWAT. Sue was wrong to falsely claim swatting. I think it was worse, May, if she did, phoning Sue's employer. So yeah, I call that out. That's one of the worst things I've ever heard. May, if she called Sue's employer. By the way, Creepus Reavis did too, to his supposed girlfriend. Creepus Reavis, according to Nikki, Creepus Reavis phoned Nikki's employer 8 times. 8 times. So that kind of commonality between Creepus Reavis and May, except Reavis did it 8 times. So I call it out. Raleigh is responsible to try to fuck up these algorithms. Would somebody call him out? And Poon apparently approves of it. Both are rotten and vile. I've said all three people are complicit, right? And then we play, well, who's the worst? Well, specifically the worst is phoning an employer. If somebody actually did call, it resulted in a swatting, that would probably be worse, because now we're talking about possible physical harm. But there was no swatting, was there? Till we meet again. Shaw 30 Live. My name is Sam Hill.